How good were those guys? I mean, when you get on the field with a team that, Bolles has such a tradition, and you guys are so well coached, disciplined, play hard, and you get on the field with a team that's similar to that and has a tremendous talent level as well. It's got to be an interesting experience.
Yes, sir. Well, it was interesting this year because our team was really young this year. I think we had about 3 or 4 starting sophomores on our defense alone, and then 2 starting freshmen on our offense. So it required a lot of preparation. We played a lot of teams this year with a lot of guys that were like bigger, stronger, faster, but our young guys still managed to come out and compete.
How does that translate for you, Christian? Because, I mean, every time you step on the field, you're Bolles. You're the target. You're the team everybody wants to beat, right?
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with that?
Well, our coach, he tells us every week, we're the target. We always try to uphold the Bolles name. So it requires a lot of preparation every week. We have film just about every day, about 30 minutes a day during school. So we just try to prepare as much as we can.
Is there too much homework in high school, you think?
Oh, I think a lot, especially with the Bolles football.
Right.
Sometimes it requires staying up to like 2 a.m. I think last night I had to stay up to 3 a.m. doing homework, study guides. So it's very demanding.
Don't you think teachers should get together and understand that, if you're giving me a ton of homework, so is she and so is he?
Yeah, actually, we were talking about that today in school. Like the teachers, they try to separate. Give the teachers different test days, but the teachers go around that sometimes. Quizzes and things like that. So it's kind of tough.
Right. Where are you when you're trying to achieve something? Is it is somebody standing behind you, or is there a standard of excellence that okay, here's where I got to get to?
I think it starts with my friends. We're very competitive on the field and in the classroom. So, like say in practice, we have one-on-ones, and we're always competing against our DBs.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the classroom, when we're taking tests, we're always waiting for the tests to come back, see who got the highest grade. If you didn't win this time, maybe you'll get it next time. So things like that just keeps you pushing.
If you didn't win, what do you do about it?
You study harder for the next test, beat them next time. Next day in one-on-ones, you make a stronger move, and you beat them next time.
Is that something that's lacking with a lot of people in your peer group, that they don't quite understand that there's a work component to any level of success? I mean, do you see that? Because that's what you watch the news. That's all anybody talks about. That people in your generation, if you will, among your peers, have this entitled idea. Do you agree with that?
Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I think it's always competitive. If my friend beats me in something, I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I'm going to want to beat him. And same, if I beat him, he's going to come back tomorrow trying to beat me. I mean, that's what keeps us going, striving to beat the next person.
As a junior, where do you fit in the pecking order? Because, a lot of high school situations, your junior year is your hardest academic year, but it's also a place where the seniors are getting the attention, and you're just supposed to stay in the background. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. I'm fine with that. Like this year for football, the recruiting's mainly for the seniors. So when a college coach comes in, he may not talk to you, and we understand as juniors. I mean, it's a seniors' time. They're trying to get to college also.
Right. But you've kind of been in a lot of people's circle for a while. I mean, you were named to that futures team when you were in middle school, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you kind of stay grounded when everybody's constantly telling you how good you are going to be?
I kind of just block it out, because, some people get cocky in those situations. So I kind of just try to tune it out and just keep, doing what I've been doing.
Because how good you are going to be means nothing about how good you are.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Because you're only going to get to be that good
if I keep doing what I'm doing now.
By putting the work in, right?
Yes, sir.
And so your day starts early and ends late?
Starts around 6, getting ready for school. We can get there at 8, but school doesn't start until 8:35. We have like a 35-minute period to see teachers.
0 hour, yeah.
Yes, sir. And then after school, we have practice. That ends around 6:30. And then depending on the day, you may stay up till 10. Maybe you finish your homework in school, but some nights it can go up to 1, just doing homework because you have practice. So it depends on the day.
What's it like playing for the most decorated high school coach in the history of the state of Florida?
It's definitely not easy. It requires a lot of preparation sometimes. Definitely because we have a tough schedule. He loves to compete with other schools. We had a bunch of new teams on a schedule this year, so usually we're like playing the same teams like American Heritage year after year. We had a bunch of new schools, so we had to prepare a lot more this year.
Yeah, he's not coasting.
No,
He's not
at all.
mailing it in.
No, sir.
I mean, the fact that he got to the top means nothing.
Nothing to him at all. He's still, every day is still hard practice. Every day he wants us to get better, and that's what we're doing.
Right. And isn't that what it's about in the classroom, on the athletic field, about testing to see how good you can be each day?
Yes, sir. Just trying to do better than what you did the day before, and just keep going until you finally get to where you want to be.
When do you get there?
After you graduate college.
Yeah, and maybe never, because
Exactly.
you're constantly trying to take that next step, no matter who you are, right?
Yes, sir.
I noticed on your resume that you do some work down at the City Rescue Mission.
Yes, sir. My grandma got me into that when I was younger. We used to do the same thing in Georgia. I used to live in Atlanta. We'd go down, we'd help like make lunches for the homeless. And then here they have the same thing. So like last Thanksgiving, we did a turkey drive, and we collected turkey for those, I think it was about 200 maybe, for families across Jacksonville. And then this Christmas, we're collecting, we're gonna help wrap gifts for younger kids.
I mean, is that gratifying? Is it fun? I mean, what do you get out of that?
I think it's fun just spending time with my grandma, you know. Sometimes she'll, wake me up Saturday mornings, like asking to go, and I was like, ah. But then other times I'm like, yeah, let's go, Grandma. And I'll just spend time with her.
Spend time with her. And plus it gives you a little perspective as to no matter what situation you're in, there's always somebody who is in a little bit tougher situation than you.
Yes, sir.
You see that? Do you see that?
Yes, sir. There's always like, there are a lot of kids from around Jacksonville that do it also, especially kids at Bolles also. And it just shows that there's always someone looking out for you.
That's right. Isn't that the truth? The ideal situation for you would be to go to an Ivy League school?
Yes, sir.
What's attractive about that?
Just Ivy League. I mean, I think since 8th grade wanted to go to an Ivy League school, and this summer I took official visits at Princeton, Harvard, Yale, and Columbia, and I completely loved it up there.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Love the atmosphere?
Yes, sir.
Very competitive?
Yes, sir. Very competitive.
Right?
Yes, sir. Princeton's really, really competitive.
Sure. In Harvard, a guy called in a bomb scare trying to get out of a test. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Wasn't that cool? I was like, wow, why didn't we think of that? No. No, he's going to jail, though. He doesn't have to take the test because he's going to jail. Hey, it worked. That's exactly right. What, how will you view your senior year as you get through the end of this junior year, which is a tough academic year, no question about that. How will you view your senior year?
I'm just going to try to approach it like I approached my junior year. My junior year, I was like, oh, this is going to be a tough year, Junior year is always the hardest. And then most people tend to get lazy your senior year and, senioritis. And hopefully I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to stick to it like I've done this year.
That'll pay off. There's no question about that. Christian, congratulations on all of your success. You're our All-Star Athlete of the Week from the Bolles School for Outstanding Achievement in Athletics, Academics, and Community Service, presented on this day and signed by me with the Great Seal of Channel 4. Congratulations.
Thank you.